Cuts in federal spending in Alaska are forcing real change with real consequences for rural villages. Channel 2's Dan Carpenter tells us what the sequester means for some Alaska natives in our state.
Far from the budget battles in Washington, D.C., rural Alaska is bracing for the impacts of federal budget cuts.
I think it's way more significant than people realize.
While automatic cuts of around 5% have shrunk budgets for federal agencies, it also means less money for many of the programs rural Alaska depends on.
I'm not sure many people understand how big of an employer federally funded programs are in rural Alaska.
Tribes and tribal organizations use federal dollars to fund education, child services, and health programs, among others, all of which sustain jobs in economically depressed communities.
Health and tribally funded governmental organizations are the main employers, and those are all being hit. It's a whole range of programs, everything the Bureau of Indian Affairs does or used to do in Alaska.
The Southeast Alaska Regional Health Corporation in Sitka says it's dealing with an epidemic of alcohol and drug addiction. They stand to lose $3.5 million this year, and so they're closing the Bill Brady Healing Center, a residential treatment center for Alaska Natives.
A lot of our communities are extremely small and don't have the advantage of being able to go to places like Anchorage, who have a ton of choices.
Federal and tribal organizations are making necessary changes to adapt to smaller budgets this year. As immediate cuts are closing doors in rural Alaska, the full impact of federal budget cuts is still unknown for the state. For the Morning Edition, Dan Carpenter, Channel 2 News.
Now, the 12 or so people currently at the Bill Brady Healing Center will be allowed to finish their session before the facility closes its doors at the end of April.
Time is ticking. It's also running out to apply for that